Welcome, everybody. Glad you decided to spend your Thursday night with us here at 2K Sports. With Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and Allie LaForce on our sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. First game of this trip here for the Pistons. They're hoping to start it off with a W.
And their first 2 games against this club, both being losses, losing 3 in a row would be a real tough pill to swallow. So I think they'll look to make their stand here tonight.
Well, it's the game within the game. Looking at how you stack up head-to-head, and coaches know this. They're sure to remind their players, let's get them this time.
And like everyone else, GA, I'm looking forward to the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, we have a pair of the best centers in the NBA. Points in the paint will be a key number tonight.
Now, here's Thompson. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Cunningham's shot is off. First quarter, just over a minute played. Screen by Zubac. It's stolen by Harris. Here's Thompson, and he uses the glass on the...
Gotta do more than this to stop Thompson. He's used to having to fight through contact.
And they double up Wagner. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Zubac. Over Harris. No good from Zubac.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
Now we'll hear... from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. Much of our discussion centered around Cade Cunningham. He said that's their catalyst. They look to him to control the pace, to read the defense, and to make the right basketball play, which he usually does. He is very tough to neutralize. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much.
Physical play by Duren at the rim, which doesn't allow much room for interference.
Wagner from long range. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. And this Magic team, Greg, hangs its hat on size, on switchability, and toughness.
Yeah, they contest everything and play with real discipline. For a young group, that is uncommon. And it's a big reason they've taken the lead.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's ready to talk things through with them. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Wagner on the wing. Trying to end the drought. Rebound, Detroit.
Well, I believe that's now 4 straight misses to start the game. Talk about stumbling out of the block.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And you talk about size, coach, strength, and bounce. Jalen Duren drawing comparisons now to a young Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he certainly is, Kevin. And look, I like to be careful when we're making those kind of comparisons with a young player and a Hall of Famer like Dwight Howard. But there are similarities with the athleticism and the relentless approach to defense and rebound. Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Wagner looking it over. Pass to Asenge. It's stolen by Duren. Ivy goes back up. Shot's good by Duren. Duren's got his second bucket of the night. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Detroit.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Looking to end the run. And good that time.
Yeah, it's showing some force inside. Wagner making sure he gets his.
Pass to Stewart. Shot on the wing. And he gets the bucket.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Here's Wagner. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Wagner's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
McCain's shot is off. Now, here's Wagner. Banchero inside.
When Banchero gets in tight, that's how he likes to finish. No layups for this big guy. He's all about the finish.
From deep. Reed misses.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And that one's good, Wagner. Wagner's got 6 points.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Outside Robinson. The Pistons working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. A nice shot by McCain.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And finished off by Banchero.
When it comes to attacking the basket, Banchero is one of the most dangerous players in the league.
Pass to Stewart. And here's Johnson outside. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Detroit up 4. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
Pass to Ivy. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Isaac. The Magic trailed by 4. It's stolen by Cunningham. Stripped away. And here we go with the Magic fast break. And it's Banchero missing. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They've led by as much as 10. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. On defense, Orlando to the inside. Thompson in the corner. 6 to shoot. Harris a screen. Cunningham's shot is off. And so here's Orlando. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. You know, Stan, when you talk about the skill set Cade Cunningham possesses, what impresses you most?
I think a couple of things, Kevin. Number one, his poise is outstanding. This guy never gets bothered by anything that happens in a game, by any type of adversity. He's just going to come back with the same mindset on the next play. And also his shooting has improved so much that you've now got to defend him honestly on the perimeter, and that sets up the rest of his game.
Here's Beal, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
It goes on Jaden Ivey.
And the coaches want this from Beal. Play aggressive, force your way to the stripe.
And Stan, when you think of the most athletic teams in the NBA, the Pistons have to be right up there.
Yeah, a handful of supreme athletes. And most importantly, Kevin, they use that athleticism to attack and disrupt. That's what makes the difference.
So it's Detroit now. Cunningham drives in. Duren takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Well, that is a solid screen by Duren. And then the big man rolls right into scoring position.
Basket counts. Beal's got 4 points this quarter. And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Pass to Cunningham. A steal. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Beal from long range. Rebound by the Pistons. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game.
14 foul.
Here's Cunningham. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Well, I like Cunningham in the paint the most. His outside shot is still developing, so his focus should be on scoring inside.
Good on the shot.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Now here is Harris. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
You know, Harris blossomed into a stretch big, putting tons of work into his three-point stroke.
Here's Walter. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
They get a hand on it. And stolen by Harris. And slam dunk by Ivy.
Wow, Ivy just takes off. That high-effort transition play, that's what will make him an asset moving forward.
And that one's good. Beal. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called hunting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
So, Stan, when you look at how the Magic... defend. Can you remember a time when so many of the league's best defenses were all so young?
Well, Kevin, it's something we associate with more veteran teams, but the modern game is so demanding, it may be tilting toward these young legs.
And now, let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Cade Cunningham is leading the way for this Pistons team. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said he shows belief in his teammates, and that's what leadership is. He's with you during the good and the bad. That gives the rest of his team more comfort and confidence. Kevin, back to you.
Establishing the mindset. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. 4 on the shot clock. Cunningham. The shot that time, not on target. Banchero looking around. Connects from three-point range. And it's a three-point Magic lead.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
Here's Orlando now. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's Wagner. Johnson with the rebound. An even 3-on-3 break. Robinson for 3. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Magic lead by 3. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Pistons trailed by 3. Here's Ivy. Pass to Duren. Thompson for 3. And he gets it back. Tries again. Great defense that time from Banchero. Here's Wagner. Zubac trying to break loose. And it's Wagner missing. Here's Thompson. Pass to Ivy. The 3. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, this will make you a little uneasy. Missing 4 in a row to start the third.
Wagner outside. Now Zubac. It's stolen by Harris. And now the Pistons. Fast break. Back to Thompson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. They're in high post. Out to Harris. Drills it from outside. Harris has got the game tied up here for the Pistons.
Yeah, and they're able to get their first bucket of the second half after 4 straight misses.
Over in the corner, Banchero. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cunningham with some nice D. To stand in terms of emerging young stars, Banchero is very high on that list.
Well, he sure is, Kevin, because he can create shots for himself and his teammates. And as we've already seen in his early years, this guy is at his best in the playoffs, and that's a trait you're always looking for.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. The Magic making a switch here. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Detroit. They've led by as much as 10. Harris, right side. And slam dunk by Harris.
Man, I'll tell you what. Everything Harris does tonight offensively has been working. He's piling up the points.
Now here's Beal. 8 points for him. Left side, Suggs. Can't answer back with the dunk of his own. Detroit leading by 3. It's stolen by Banchero. to Suggs. To the middle. And stolen by Ivy. Down low. And he banks in the layup. Thompson's got 6.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And so the timeout by Jamahl Mosley here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. The Magic trailed by 5. And Suggs throws it down.
Well, look, you can't sleep on Suggs' athleticism because the second you do, he explodes to the rim.
Now, here's Ivy. He's got 5. Count that one.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Here's Suggs.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, put so much pressure on the defense.
Duren, no good.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Pass to Bitadze. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Just 5 to shoot. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. It's good. This game is all even.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Banchero is attacking without hesitation on the offensive end.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. So both teams making some changes here. 1:31 left in the third quarter. Pass to Robinson. It's McCain on the wing. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Silva. First personal foul. First team foul.
Johnson outside. Shot clock at 6. Great D that time from Beal.
And when Beal is locked in like this defensively, he takes this team to another level.
If a floater, count that one. Beal's got 10 points.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Robinson misses.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Banchero inside. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And the dunk by Stewart.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Beal. Got a piece of it. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Orlando out in front. They lead by a bucket.
Detroit, 40.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Orlando leading. And finished off by Beal.
And great recognition there in the pick and roll. Beal usually able to make the right play.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you could ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the 4th quarter.
No coverage, that's all. Beal's got the lead up to 5 now for the Magic.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Cunningham outside. Shoots over Walter. Again, the Pistons score.
Yeah, that's a shot that Cunningham is very comfortable with. No problem with the mid-range.
Here's Walter. Rebounded by the Pistons. Pass to Cunningham. Stolen by Zubac. And it's Jaden Ivey with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Here's Zubac. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Magic lead by 5.
We always talk about Wagner's versatility. That includes the playmaking.
And Duren slams it in.
Assist goes to
Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfect.
Right side, Suggs. And that one is good from Zubac.
Well-aimed pass by Suggs. On time and on target to a ready shooter.
Pass to Duren. Thompson in the posts. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent.
into the lineup for your Magic.
Here's Wagner. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Trailing by 2.
Oh, how about the quick thinking by Ivey? I love when he goes right at it with the shot.
Wagner into the lane.
Always ready to step up and score. Wagner was the right guy at the right time.
Ivey outside. Now Harris. Clock at 6. The response. Slamming it home.
Well, need a big basket? Find Tobias Harris. He's been here before.
Wagner. Oh, what a play inside.
Going on the attack there. Great effort from Wagner.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Now, Ivy. Duren. Oh, and he cannot get the layup.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Knocks down the three.
Paolo Banchero living up to those lofty expectations. A great young player.
Isaac with the steal. And here's the break. Banchero. Suggs outside. And he drives in.
Well, the runway was clear for Suggs, and he didn't let it go to waste.
Outside Harris. A three-pointer. Good.
With the pressure mounting, Harris delivers a huge bucket. Yeah, he's a guy you want at the line, and clearly not affected by the moment.
And so it's Suggs who brings up the ball for the Magic. A 2-point game. And here's Beal. Banchero left side. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Cunningham, the long shot, no good.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him. Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure? Cunningham's teammates and coaches trust in him in a big spot.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Rips it down with two hands.
And it's the sequences like this that really give you pause and appreciate how special this young talent is. I mean, he's calm, has a great attitude in those huge moments, and how about that, knocking down big shots.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. 17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Calling for the ball and taking over. Ivy with great confidence in the game to back it up.
That's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And what's their best move at this point?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
Duren. Oh, the dunk.
Doing his job on the glass and